Good morning, y'all. Yes, I had to check. Yes, it is morning. I woke up so early. I think it might have been 3:30. It could have been 4:30. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was still dark outside. And I was so excited because I wanted to see the alignment that Paul over at Zeus Mossbender channel pointed out was in the sky in the morning. And so I looked out the door so I could get a better view to see. And cloud cover, wool sweater. it's I'm cold. It's not quite 60 yet. So I've got on the extra. And it is 10:30. I keep thinking it's noon. Um, but it's not. So I still got time in the day to even do more. Um, I have I have some things I've been doing that I wanted to share with y'all. And so what I was going to do was this is the beginning, and then I'm going to switch the camera around so you can see some stuff that I kind of talk about, but you don't you don't get to see because the camera's always looking over there. Look, here's my little bag of groceries I brought in last night from my food storage I keep in the truck, and it was some stuff that was given to me, and I had all gratin, all gratin potatoes for dinner last night, and then I made the rice. Well, actually, it was kind of lunch, and then I made rice for dinner. And one of the rice things that I don't usually buy this stuff, but I'm looking at it, and I pulled the rice packet out and had like it was supposed to be peas and carrots, and I was like, I don't think they're supposed to be brown. And it was a couple of years old, and I'll eat food that's past the expiration date as long as it looks okay and it smells okay and it tastes okay. Well, I don't always taste it. I did taste the walnuts yesterday that I've had in in my cabinet here for a while. So I did not put them in my cookie. I say cookie because I just make a big cookie and then cut it up and eat it. So I made oatmeal cookies with flaxseed, no walnuts, because I was like, they were, yeah. I'm so glad I didn't put them in the cookies and then discover they were, because I don't know if you've had walnuts that have been in your cabinet too long, but they don't taste good. So anyway, I'm gonna flip around here. So hang with me. I'm gonna show you some stuff. Okay, first I want to show you my lamp. I made this lampshade out of an old lampshade. And then I had this fabric that I loved. Can you see it? But here, you need some light on it. Watch. Yeah, there it is. Look, I have a lamp. Isn't it cool? And look, that used to be my hat. And I figured out a way to use foam and make a bowl. And so sometimes it holds my apples. Well, it used to hold my apples. Now it's a lampstand. And this is my inverter. That's where all my power comes from. And see right there? That's called the charge controller. And see that flashy light? That means even on a cloudy day, my battery's charging. That's my little bluebird. I got it from my mama. Okay, and I'm going to turn this off. There we go. I think that'll be okay. And let's see. Here's the yarn Oh, look. Look at that fan. How awesome is that? I can't wait till I need it. Here's some artwork I did when I lived in California. I love their, I think the sugar pine they call it, I think. Long needle pines. And lots of crows and ravens. And so that was my version. Oh, that's my mama's little dish pan. It's enamelware. And then I was going to show you this. See if you can hear them. That's my version of a wind chime. They're actually, you know, the big, tall, long daylilies that you see with orange flowers on them? Well, when they dry up, that's what they turn into. And if you cut them in little pieces, you make a wind chime. And then I got some little Valentine gifts. The little card is from my sister. And some of my YouTube friends sent me a beautiful little hanky. And look at that. Yep. Alan Horvath told me to shut up. How awesome is that? Okay, and then I think the last thing I wanted to show you was this. Okay, that's a stack of journals. And I can't even tell you what years. I've not been very organized. But some of them, like this here, this actually goes for a pretty good while. January of 2003 to February 2004. So I didn't get real prolific until after 2010, I suppose. And oh, have y'all seen this? Isn't that sweet? Now see the little badge on the back window there? It says, warning, this property protected by angels. It's really cool. So that's my view out the window. And I think that's what I wanted to show you. So there you go. I don't know how it's going to be put together, but it won't let me do it while I'm recording, so I guess I paused it. So I don't know how it'll come out when I actually post the video. But anyway, oh, it's just, who knows? It might come out in separate videos. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And, oh gosh, I hope it's still recording all of it. That'd be funny if it's not, but if it's not, I'll just go back and do it again. So anyway, I have been really thinking about the idea of a flat earth. You know, I've just heard it mentioned. A few people have mentioned it at different times on videos I watch. And so I went back and I think Alan on his last video recommended going to Genesis, that it was, and he's actually going to do something with that. And I had started watching it. And I've read the first couple of chapters of Genesis, and even and reading it in the Hallelujah scriptures. And it's something I really enjoy because it does give it a deeper, clearer meaning. And thank you, Alan. And it turns out, and I have for a very long time loved the Hebrew language. And I had desire to learn it. And the basics, and I was never good with the English with the whole, well, I was, but I was in the 8th grade, and then after that, well, things happen, and so I didn't, most of my writing ability and expression comes from that, my 8th grade English class, and which also brought me to Squirrel, my 5th grade teacher. She was Miss Jessup. That woman She taught me how to speak in public. Like, not like this. This is different. She had the best technique and instruction. And I don't remember, it must have been like once a month, because she'd go around the class, and you were expected to give a talk, and it had to last a certain, couple or 3 minutes. And what's funny, how old are you in 5th grade? 9, 10, 11 at the most, I guess. And you had to use note cards and make like an outline, and then you would present your talk. And you had your notes, but you were expected to look and engage. And public speaking, it was awesome. Best class from elementary school. Oh my gosh, that's over 50 years ago. Is it 50? Maybe 50. 49 or 50 years, that's a long time. But anyway, my first talk was on knitting and the history of knitting, and what you could do by knitting. And I still love to knit. Isn't that funny? All these years, it's like swinging on a swing. You know how you get that just endorphins or something, and it calms you down and just makes you feel peaceful. Love having needles in my hands. So years later, how many years later? I became a Girl Scout leader of my daughter's Girl Scout troop. She was in the 1st grade, and I had scheduled a parents meeting to introduce myself, talk about what we're going to do during the year and all that. That was my first opportunity to use Miss Jessup's technique for speaking in front of people. And I'll never forget, because I had written it all out. There were it was mamas and daddies. And I had 7 girls, so that means there were approximately 14 parents and their daughters there that first time. And I was so anxious. I thought I was going to die of a heart attack. I really did. I could barely breathe. It was 14 people. But I had followed Miss Jessup's rules of speaking in public and how to hold this meeting. And so I'll never forget, when I got done, I looked up and I went, I didn't die. I thought I was going to die. And they all laughed, and we had a wonderful year, and in the Girl Scouts, in little brownie Girl Scouts. And we did amazing things, and I met lovely people, and some of those people I'm still friends with. As a matter of fact, we did 3 years of brownies. So it was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. And then in the 4th grade, I did that. We bridged up. And by then I had 2 babies at home, and things got a little hectic, and Girl Scout teachings changed a whole lot. And it was not what I wanted to be teaching. And so I stopped being a Girl Scout leader. But actually, there's a few of those girls that I had in my first year of brownies. Now, one of them is my Hanai daughter. And that girl excelled in Girl Scouts. She wanted every badge. She did. She would do all the work. She's still that way. She sent me a video this morning, and she's like, see, here's my calendar. And I was like, Never in my life have I taken a calendar and had every day filled in. I would on purpose not fill in the calendar. She on purpose, not just an event. I will do one event in the day, and that was it. And I didn't do that every day because I was a firm believer if you're going to home educate, then you needed to be at home. It was wild thinking, and it probably still is for a lot of these people that homeschool their children. But we had a lovely time, as you've all heard about the teachers' meetings, because we had lots of recess in the afternoons, and the mamas would be done with all of what they were doing, and I would be, and they would come over, and things weren't. It was kind of peaceful and easy, and I still live that way. Yesterday, I could go to Squirrel. I could go to Aho because I need the post office and I need some groceries. I say need as in I need peanut butter. But I also needed water, and I wanted to get a newspaper. And I'm so glad I did. Look at this. I think you can read that. It is Spring Planning Workshop, and it's this Saturday. And it's at 10 a.m. And it's at the Authentically Aho Farmers Market at the Plaza. And you can come to the workshop and get tips and tricks for starting your spring garden in the Sonoran Desert. I need that. So y'all pray for me that I will go, because I want to be in the community, and that's my community. So, and it's CSA, which I forget what it stands for. CSA. Y'all know. No, that's not it. Center for Sustainable Agriculture. Maybe it is. It's the Aho CSA. But it's where you can get fresh veggies and stuff too. And so I'm a wanting to do that. But I talked myself out of going to Aho. I just went to Y, and I got water, and I got my newspaper, and I came home, and I was like, don't want to overexert myself. And so I thought maybe I'd go to Aho today. Well, weather. It's not that kind of day. I just can't make myself do it. So the mail is in my bag. I need stamps. And I thought I've got enough peanut butter for one more sandwich. And I got in the back of my truck and I pulled out old food and I ate half of it. So I don't really need food. So anyway, this is getting kind of long with all my stuff, but I just wanted to get on here for a minute and say, I love y'all.